Hi, this is Granny Fisher. Today we're going to look at disbudding goats. Most dairy goats, as you can see here, have no horns. Now, goats naturally have horns, and so how do you think that dairy goat does not have horns? It's because when they're very young, the goat herd disbuds them. And that's what we're going to show you how to do today. This kid is a La Mancha. She's about 2.5 weeks old. And normally I would disbud them under 2 weeks or at 2 weeks. But we got busy with other things and didn't get to it yet. And I'll show you, disbudding is where you burn the little horn buds on their head so they will not have horns. The first thing you do is shave the hair off so you can see what you're doing. And even though she doesn't look like she's got much of a horn there, she's already started to get little horns. You can tell she's a little bit skittish because she's never been shaved before. But it doesn't hurt them to shave them. You know what he goes. That's a good girl. And there you go. That's what it looks like. Okay, the most important thing is to hold her really still. I've had my arm disbudded a couple of times, so you have to hold her really still because she'll wiggle when you start burning her. We use the non-electric disbudding irons.
Get her good now. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, 1006, 1007, 1008, 1009, 1010.
Okay. And you want a good, you want a good copper ring all the way around with no breaks.
It's okay. It's okay.
Okay?
Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and do that.
Now we'll do the second one. You just heat these up on the stove or with a propane burner.
1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, 1006, 1008, 1009, 1010.
Okay. I think you might have got a wiggle there. But you see how it turns out with 2 copper rings. Really still.
1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, 1006, 1007, 1008, 1009, 1010.
Ooh, you see there you have a nice copper ring all the way around. You don't want any breaks in that copper ring or she'll grow a scur, which is a partial horn. And you have to do 10 seconds and rotate it as you go.
1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, 1006, 1007, 1008, 1009, 1010.
That second one always seems to get a little bit of a black place. And we give a bottle. Ooh, here you go, girl.
Oh, she wants a bottle.
Yes, she does. That's how you disbud a goat. Okay, this is the next morning. It's been about 15 hours since the kids had their horn buds burned, and I want to show you how they're doing this morning. The little black one, we decided not to burn her horns because she was a little small to start with, and she's younger than them, so we're waiting a while. But these are the 2 that we burned yesterday. That's Stardust on the left, the white goat. I'm sorry, Stardust is the black goat, and Moon is the white goat. That's Moon River and Stardust. And you can see how the burn places look. They're healing up nicely. And the kids are no worse for the wear for having had their horn buds burned. And they're just as lively and friendly and playful as they were before we burned the horns. not traumatized at all. They're just fine. One other thing that you need to know about disbudding. If you don't do it effectively, then after a while, maybe when the goat's about a year or two old, they'll develop a scur, which is what Mimi has right here, that little round horn. It'll grow up a certain distance and then it'll break off and fall away. And then it'll grow back again. That's what you want to avoid. If you do a good job disbudding, you won't have scurs. That's why you need to get a complete copper ring around the horn bud. As a reminder, there are a few things you need to remember about disbudding goat kids. One thing I want to tell you is that the smoke when you're disbudding is from burning hair. So the more effective job you do shaving the goat kid's head ahead of time, the less smoke you'll have. If you leave a little too much hair, then it smokes pretty bad and smells bad. You have to get the disbudding iron really hot. If you use an electric disbudding iron, it's easier. But the non-electric disbudding irons are very inexpensive. You can get them for about $15 or less at a goat supply house, like Hager's. But you have to, whichever one you use, get them really, really hot. You need to hold it on the bud for 10 seconds. That's why my husband was counting. 10 seconds, and you rotate around and around like that to make a good, even copper ring. You want to get a good, solid copper ring with no black spots in the ring. And when you're done, if you give them a bottle, it kind of helps make them feel a little better about the whole process. Well, this is Granny Fisher. I hope you have a good success this kidding season and with disbudding your own goat kids.